Welcome, everyone. AJ, first into the live stream. Love to see it. Jim's going on. Flumka. MX, Chris, the man of the hour. Missed 115 wrist reward in 48 hours. You mental cunt. Ash, what's going on? Jello, Mohawk, what's going on? Maxim, Mika. Saturday masterclass today, chat, because my penthouse comes in on Sunday, so want to celebrate the month and the week tomorrow. So might not be all there for the masterclass if I did do it tomorrow, and so that's why we're doing it today while it's still fresh in our heads. Kobe, what's going on? First minute is salty ASMR. Digger, good to see you. Bread, Nismo, Vague. Alright, so how did we go this week? One at a time, and if you did bad, that's alright. It's okay to do bad because, it gives us something to talk about today. So, how did we go this week? Do we get a penthouse invite? Oh. Yeah, if you were Scarlet, maybe. Maybe if you were Scarlet, you'd get it. You'd cop an invite. Ray, what's going on? Mr. Doppler. How do we do this week? For me, pretty good. Ended the week on 7 straight 4 test wins in a row. And I was saving my 100k to start off in June. But I'm like, nah, fuck this shit. So I traded my first 100k that I got done with ACG. I made 4.9 green on there. So I'm just going to let that sit for a payout. And also got a 200k done on a 60% win rate and a 5 risk to reward. So that is how I went. How did you guys do? Again, if you didn't do that well, that's all right. There's no shame in that. Alright, let's see. 115 wrist to reward, we know, Chris. Be proud of that, because honestly, I don't think we will have another 100 plus wrist to reward 2 days for a very long time, to be honest, because that was just insanity. This week was so clean, but this was the baddest and the only unprofitable week of the month. 11 minus 11. Alright, well, that's fine, bro. At least we have something to talk about today. Up 3.2% on FTMO. Nice, Nismo. Oh, yeah, that's on your funded account too. Nice, bro. That'd be a nice payout for you. So good stuff. Securing that first payout. 36 are on 4 tests on the personal. On PR. I'm guessing you would have done some of that on US 100 as well. Bro, let me show you everything that you missed out on, bro, because there was so much opportunity. Alright, Chris, if you can beat my Scarlet, then you can come, bro. 106 risk to reward on the 4 test, but only like 16 to 20 I realized, bro. I don't think you realize that 20 risk to reward in the week is fucking insane. So, pat yourself on the back for that. Stowie, what's going on? 12.8, only took 2 continuation trades and the other counter trend short. Got a back test the plan. Just keep forward testing, bro, in my opinion. It's way better. Good to see people doing 100. I know you makes me want to switch to AU, but the time zone. Just stick to what you can do, bro. Don't jump ship because someone else is doing good on another pair. Maybe Euro USD will go crazy next week, bro. You never know. 5R. Had a drawdown, plus 9 on the forward test. Nice, bro. What's going on, Nick? 0.5% off funded on the FTMO. Nice. Oh, yeah, because you did that phase 1. I remember that. Nice, bro. Get that done for June. Get funded in June, so that's haps. Nice. Stowie, 17R for the week. Again, that's fucking crazy. Don't don't like 17 hours a lot for a week. So you know, don't talk down your own achievements or anything like that, because that's a fucking insane achievement. What's going on, Jordan? Nearly finished two more fundeds, but I got my first 100k done. Yeah, I saw that, bro. Congratulations on that. Another funded, bro. Now they're just fucking rolling in, bro. You got funded for the first time. What was it, middle of May? And now everything's just fucking rolling for you. So fucking good shit. Honest, bro. I can't say anything more than that. You know, you don't. I don't think you realize how insane that is. So you know, props to you for that. Do you rate Equity Edge? I got funded with them on the 17th, bro, of May. Halfway through the month, and I still haven't got to my account. So I do not rate them at all. In that time, I got multiple fundeds fucking done with other firms. So like fucking fuck them, bro. Real shit. Yeah, I'll copy the I'll copy the link on this and export the chart, so you can have a look at the chart yourself as well. I think that's what you mean. Personal record. Okay, nice, bro. 36 on AU. That's still pretty good. I mean, slowly but surely, Jim's starting to come together. So at least you're on the right track. 3% more and we funded. Nice, bro. So multiple people about to get funded. That's nice. Keep it rolling into next week. You think the reason why the PA is so clean? Look, to be honest, bro, we had this price action 2 weeks ago as well. So, you know, this is just your standard Thursday and Friday price action. I don't really view it anything. I don't really view it as anything more than that. Backtesting not good for the weekends. Oh, look, I haven't backtested in like 2 years, bro. But if you wanna like just, you know, go over shit, then there's nothing wrong with that. But I find no use doing it at all. I don't want to overstress here, but relax, maker. Malachi, what's going on? All good, Kyle. What do you recommend for first one? Just look at what's been around the longest. To be honest, I like FTMO and shit. They've been around for the longest. I'm affiliated with FundedX, but you know, I would probably max out an FTMO first, secure some payouts in there and all that shit first. I'm back in time to get my 100k fund out of Jordan. Welcome back, Sebastian. I've been good, bro. Alright, so obviously a fucking crazy week. Like, fucking mental. Probably, like, I haven't seen anyone do, like, you guys have seen me say this a million times, but I haven't seen anyone do like 115 on 2 days. I don't even remember the last time I seen that. So, how much data would you advise collecting? At least a couple hundred. A couple hundred would be nice. All right, so let's start it off. And this starts off with the 4-hour time frame, right? Because we need to understand where price is going, right? So, obviously, week started over here, but this is where we zone in and we have a look, right? So, nice 4-hour breaker structure over here, right? And also, remember to check both of your time frames as well, okay? So we had this 4-hour breaker structure over here. If you want to consider this a breaker structure, you can as well. So, you know, technically this is a protected high, but rule of thumb goes, whenever price plays into any sort of strong structure, you still need to give it some consideration. I've said that multiple times in the masterclasses. So, and especially with this, technically it was a fail breaker structure, right? So either way, the way you look at this is that there's still potential for price to continue down lower because a fail breaker structure setup ended up occurring, right? So whether you want to look at it as price playing into strong structure or you want to look at it as an FBOS, bottom line is price pushed up all the way, right? Full retracement. Price played into the protected high. Right? We played into the protected high. Failed to close above. So, right away, as soon as this happens, before you even place a trade on Thursday or Friday, there is, pending on a 15-minute order flow shift over here, there is a weak low on the 4-hour. And this was called out more times than I can count throughout Thursday and Friday. This weak low is a targeted low. Price wants to target this low and sweep it, or close below and continue down lower. This low is weak because it failed to take the protected high, failed to put in a new high over here, right? And if you look at it from a bearish scenario, it looks like a failed break of structure, right? Just coming off the internal protected high, failed break of structure, and now there's a weak low, right? Looks like a nice 4-hour continuation to the downside, right? So, DXY was also showing the exact same thing for price to head up, right? Price to head up from here. So obviously AU will dip from here. DXY will have a chart that looks like the opposite and it'll head up. Both were showing the exact same thing. Both were showing a bearish case for AUD/USD to head down lower, right? So now we'll drop into the 15. We know that price, after the order flow shift, so after we get new lows, right, we take out our protected low as well. Like one nice sequence. On the 30-minute, it might not be a full close, so if you want to drag it across on the 30-minute, bottom line is now we're getting new lows, now we're respecting supply, and we're continuing down lower. So, because of that, now there is a weak low, and now we know that is a targeted low. Right? And realistically, you look over here to the left, there's not really anything that sticks out, right? For a valid zone. Also, looking at pricing, we're priced all the way up here high in the leg. You know, a correction from here would make sense. After confirmation, I can't stress that enough. You must get confirmation. But now we have our bias established. We know there's a targeted weak low. There's a 15-minute order flow shift. So now it's pretty simple. Shorts are on the card, right? So utilizing our 1 minute and 3 minute, because that's how we do things, right? We look at the 1 minute and the 3 minute to find the best possible setup. And looking at the 15-minute, really quick, realistically, this was on Wednesday, but apart from this one setup over here, there's not really any other 15-minute setups, right? Maybe apart from this one over here, but we'll get into that. So obviously most of the opportunities here is going to be in the lower time frame, because look how rapidly price is dropping. It's not giving opportunities on the 15-minute because it's dropping that fast. So when it's like this, when price is trending like this, all the opportunities are going to be on the lower time frame. So without further ado, let's kick it off with the first setup of the week that we see that meets our plan. And we're going to start on the Wednesday night after the order flow shift, all right? So it's going to be more like probably like 56 hours of price action here, so a little bit of a larger one. So we start off with an internal break structure. We know that price is going to head towards a 4-hour weak low. We know that our bias is bearish. Our external factors have shown us that price is going to be bearish. Now this one, I remember this one. This was a sexy one. I took this one on the forward test. Straight off the protected high. Because realistically, price didn't confirm off any of the zones here, any of the supply zones, right? Price just fucking pushed all the way through. Look at that big candle, just big fucking dildo candle, right? Big dildo candle. And what happens? Respects the internal protected high. There's still some form of sweep for inducement right here. So that's not an issue, right? And now we get this, right? And given how far we are priced up in the leg, it really depends what you want to target. Every other masterclass we've been pretty conservative, so week low is at 65921, and we see that the momentum shifted. We got heavy volume, but we're fucking obviously selling off like a motherfucker, right? External factors are aligned very, very nicely, right? Because obviously we're priced high in the leg. Price is having its correction. What's going on, Sammy? Sammy boy, man of the hour. Maxim, what's going on? Maxim, you already said hi. What are you saying, hey? Would you prioritize the lower time frame at the start of a 15-minute order flow shift? Usually on the 4 hour, we like to look for the 15-minute order flow shift to give us that confirmation. So we're going to be a little bit aggressive, right? Every other masterclass, we've been conservative with the profit target. So we're going to be a little bit aggressive today, all right? So now we get this. We're going to look and target 65922 at the week low, all right? So first opportunity comes here. Comes straight off the protected high. Beautiful setup. And now order flow is bearish now, right? So after we get this internal structure break over here, all we're looking for is continuations. So now we've got that. We've got another protected high over here. And now, like I just said before, look at your 1 minute and your 3 minute to find the best possible zone that meets your criteria, right? So like over here, yes, technically there's a supply POI over here. There's one over here. There's one over here. There's quite a lot, right? There's one over here, big one on the 1 minute. But you have a look on the 3 minute, and it filters it all out, and it gives you one nice clean zone, right? At the protected high, highest probability zone you can take. Protected high. Comes with some inducement in the form of trendline liquidity, and now we get this. So always alternate between the two time frames, your neighboring time frames, between your two time frames, and find the best possible opportunity, right? So if we're going from here, your stop loss can cover the protected high as well, right? High probability. And the best thing is about this, with this scaling, our entry over here gets respected the whole time. Price doesn't come back and take us out at the entry. So now, being aggressive, taking advantage of the continuations, taking advantage of, we know where price is heading, target the week low, and now we continue. So obviously order flow is still bearish. We get this structure break over here, move over to break even. So now we have two trades at break even over here. And now we're continuing down lower, taking advantage of it, right? So now we have this internal protected high. Yeah, no wonder I'm sick. I'm shadow boxing at 11:50 at night with shorts on when it's 9 degrees, bro. No wonder I'm always sick. How do I get sick, man? Fucking I do all that shit. All right. So now we have this setup here, right? Supply POY, internal protected high, internal break structure comes in with some beautiful inducement right here. And now we get another opportunity, right? Another scaling. Stop loss covering the protected high. Now we can target the week low over here as well. So now we have 3 scale-ins. And now when we get that structure break, now we're at break even on all 3. So we have 3 scale-ins for already a potential of approximately 33 risk to reward, risk free, because we've moved over to break even after the structure breaks. Now we continue down lower once again. Price pushes up, and then we have this big move down here, and we confirm from over here. So we look to the left. Initially, you're looking, right? This supply POI, it looks mitigated, yeah? That's because it is. But I've already taught you guys this. A deeper mitigation, right? This happens when price mitigates price. Sorry, when price mitigates price. When price mitigates the supply zone or demand zone, but then it comes back and there's a deeper mitigation that mitigates deeper than the initial one. So the initial mitigation becomes inducement, becomes a sweep, becomes liquidity for this deeper one over here. So technically, we have another setup. And throughout this time, may I point this out. All protected highs are being respected on the way down. Order flow is clearly bearish. We're just taking advantage of it. That's all we're doing. So this whole time, order flow is still bearish. We're still taking advantage of it. That's all there is. We're just following our plan, right? Taking high probability setups when price confirms, right? Obviously, we could have looked at this supply POI right here. See this last up candle over here? But you look to the right. Clearly, there's no confirmation and price just goes past the zone. That's why it's very important to confirm your zones to give you the best possible chance. Just wait. Wait for confirmation. So now we got another setup over here. Comes in on the 1 minute. And again, being aggressive. Having an aggressive approach. And realistically, you could have still, like, even if you had a short take profit over here, which I did on my forward test, but some people had longer targeting the 4-hour week low, you can still catch more opportunities on the way down, right? So even if you're just taking one of these, happy days, right? Walking away with 11R or 10 risk to reward or 8. Like some people don't even get that in a month, right? And you're getting it in one day or a couple of hours. So price continues down lower. So obviously here it looks like a little bit of a range, right? What do I say to you guys? When price isn't making sense on that time frame you're looking at, have a look into the neighboring one. Have a look into the 3 minute, right? So when it's not making sense, okay, now it makes sense over here, right? So obviously we have this internal break structure over here, deeper mitigation from here. Now it just looks like just a little bit of a range, and then we break down lower, and now we get that structure break, right? So now we get a another internal break of structure, but this time on the 3 minute. And now we look over here, right? So with something like this, you can consider this a break structure as well, right? Clearly on the 3 minute. And just looking here, seeing what's valid, right? What's on offer, where price confirms. So let's say that you try to, yeah, let's do this. Makes sense, right? We're being aggressive. So technically, because we want to make this as realistic as possible as well, right? Following our plan. Technically, there is a protected high over here, yeah? And it gets respected, right? Let's say that we didn't move to break even. Let's just cop a loss on this one. Actually, no, I don't think we would have copped a loss, to be honest. Well, there you go. All right, well, look. 3 minute break structure, another continuation that shows up, targeting the week low. However, this time we go into drawdown. All of these ones, fuck all drawdown, right? But this one, we do go into drawdown. I thought it was going to be a loss, but 4 pip stop loss. Oh, how I love my tested 4 pip stop loss. But now, what happens is, price does come back up, but then we respect this supply wick over here. Unmitigated, right? Unmitigated supply wick. There's not really anything here to the left other than this supply wick over here. So probably 1 out of 2 zones that still work for us over here, yeah? And what happens here? It turns into a failed break of structure. Now, up to you if you want to have this one this one taken as well, because you still have the risk of this because you didn't move to break even, right? So it's completely up to you. Maybe it's a break even for you. It wouldn't be a loss, but it would definitely be a break even. It's up to you if you want to scale in over here. But this is the only time where we've scaled in, and it's 0.6% risk. So it's a little bit much, a little bit on the higher side, 0.6. So that depends on your risk tolerance and how you've been performing for the month, right? But a failed break of structure setup occurs, and then you realize that this is all inducement. Usually when this happens, you get stopped out of the first trade, right? Usually with the F-boss sequence, you take a regular continuation, you get stopped out, and it ends up being F-boss. Here, you're a bit blessed, right? And it ends up being F-boss, and your first trade's still in. So We end up taking that, targeting the 4-hour week low. And now we continue down lower. Obviously this big 3-minute break structure over here. And now we have spread hour. So spread hour is over here. We're not touching spread hour. Usually an hour before or an hour after. Not really a lot of opportunity. So we usually skip over that. And usually I wake up around 9:30, 10. So at that point, this is what it looks like. I look on the 3-minute, see what looks valid. At this point, I wouldn't really look for shorts here because we failed to put in any new lows. So from this point, from spread hour, realistically, you can't take any trades here. You come over here, we failed to put a new low. So shorts don't really make sense at this point, right? So now we look, price has a big push up, 11 o'clock. And obviously there's a protected high over here, right? Now, at this point, we've moved to break even on these two, but this one gets taken out because price comes back all the way up here. So we eventually get taken out of this one, right? We get taken out of this one stays active, but there's another opportunity to scale in. And now we're back to safety, right? Because everything here is at break even. So now we're back to no risk again. And price ends up coming into this 3-minute supply POI. And now here's the beauty of the supply POI, right? Let me show you guys. So we've refined it to the body and up, right? The reason why I didn't leave it like this is because it's already mitigated, right? It's not really an area of interest for me. So we make a refinement from the body, and the body's not mitigated, and upwards we're not mitigated as well, right? Body and wick, not mitigated. Price comes in, slaps it, and look at the inducement. Perfect sweep right there, right? Perfect sweep into it. 3-minute supply. Although we got taken out at break even, over here, realistically, it gave us another setup to actually take advantage of. And we continue down towards the week low because we're still respecting our bearish order flow, right? We had this 3-minute break structure over here. Like I said, all protected highs are still being respected. All protected highs are still being respected. So now we take this one down into the week low. And now we're moving again, right? For this one, probably not really a valid supply zone over here, so we're going to skip over this. Could have taken a short over here, but I don't really see a supply that makes sense. I mean, it could have tapped into this wick, but it didn't, so nothing here. Can't really take a setup here, no opportunity. And then we get one structure break down to the downside, and then we eventually run the week low. So this is where everything changes. So obviously we had this week low in mind, yeah? And this is the beauty of it. This is just a target. Price doesn't have to come down and break structure here and continue to the downside. As long as price takes it, sweeps it, at the very least, that's all it really needs to do. And that's exactly what it did. We didn't close below. So now we see price didn't close below on the 4-hour. It didn't close below on the 15-minute. So what does that mean? There is a week high. So now we've gone to a week low, which we've targeted, and now we failed to break below. Order flow shift on the 15-minute, and now there's a week high. So keeping that in mind with your bias, that we've just failed to break above. And don't get me wrong, sometimes price can, fail to break above, pull back into a 15-minute, and then we can come down lower, right? That can happen, right? Don't get me wrong. So look, on the 15-minute, we have that. We have an eternal protected high. Let's just say, for the sake of it, because probably a common mistake, probably not paying attention to your high time frame, but also it could come off the protected high and then push through, right? I've seen it happen before. I've got data where it happens. So maybe a valid loss here, right? Where price comes down here, and then we're targeting, let's say we target the week low once again, and then we eventually get taken out, right? So now we see that as soon as we get taken out, that has the 15-minute order flow shift, right? Because price pushes back up again. So it turns into a protected high, into a breaker structure. And now we see on the lower time frame that price is bullish once again, right? So we've copped that loss. And look, the difference is here, keeping your eye out on lower time frame order flow. This is where we took the week low at this point here, yeah? Took that week low to a T. Had to push back up. And realistically, after we get this, right? After we get that lower time frame order flow shift, if you guys can see that, we had a breaker structure over here. And we had a protected high, right? So realistically, you shouldn't be taking any continuations here because we had this order flow shift, and we should be looking at the high time frame, which is where this 15-minute loss comes, right? So there's no reason for you to take any losses on the lower time frame over here because we've had this, and now we've got an internal protected high taken out, and now we're getting new highs, and now protected lows are being respected, right? So realistically, on the way to this 15-minute protected high, I mean, there's a couple opportunities, right? But at this point, you don't know that price is going to shift on the 15-minute. So there's one opportunity here that we can take. Very simple, probably the smallest one that we will see of the day. This one doesn't have that much inducement, so we use imbalance. Either way, it gets the job done, imbalance or inducement. And we have protected low. We have the 1 minute internal breaker structure. Let me check if my internet's fucking still good. Yes, we're still good, still kicking. And so now we get this, and we can take this up to the protected high, right? Because we don't know if price is going to continue up, right? We're a little bit conservative. So this one will come in at 2 risk to reward, right? So we take that, and it depends, right? Because if you come up here, you probably would have taken a loss on the 15-minute. So realistically, it just depends. Maybe there's a loss here, maybe there's a win here. We'll take out this 2 risk reward and just keep it as a loss because I don't think most people would have taken this lower time frame one over here, just following the plan. So we'll just keep that out. So after that 15-minute loss, now we keep going up, right? So we see order flow establishes itself as bullish, and now we're continuing to push up higher. So now we have this, right? Now we're continuing up higher, right? So we're just taking that 15-minute loss because we thought price was going to continue down lower, even though we were blind and we didn't see that price failed to take the 4-hour low. And also DXY was telling us the same thing. And now we're going to be looking for more continuations, right? Off this last demand PLY. And now in terms of the target, it depends, right? Because you could target all the way at the week high. But honestly, this fucking whole move was insane. So I would honestly be more conservative on the way up. That's just how I take it. After having something like this, you know, being a little bit too greedy, it doesn't get you anywhere. So look, realistically, probably just be a little bit more conservative, right? Because you've just fucked the market on the left, right? You've absolutely fucking bent it over and taken everything from it, like literally. So obviously we have the trend line liquidity over here. Let's be more conservative on the way up. Can either go for 2 risk to reward over there, or you can just have a look into the 15-minute and see what's available. And realistically, something we could target over here is the supply wick over here, which is unmitigated, if you guys can see it. Supply wick unmitigated, has some inducement, so we can look to target that over here. And that will come out at 3.4. And now we continue up higher, right? Now internal protected lows are being respected, and we're continuing up higher, right? Another new high. Another protected low, so that was the external break structure if you're on the 1 minute. Now we have this internal one over here, which we use to take another setup. And we're still milking it, right? We've completely flipped our bias from shorts to bullish because of what the 4 hour, our external factors told us. Obviously everyone was very brave with their targets. When I was forward testing here, actually no, I think these were the ones I took live somewhere along here on my funded. I was conservative, so I think this one was a 3. Let me check. Here we go. I think it was this one or that one. 3. So we just targeted a nice 3 over here, or maybe it would have been this one. Fuck, I don't know. I think I took this one on the live, forward tested it. No, this one on the live, didn't forward test this one, and then I took this one as well. My bad, chat. There's fucking a plethora of fucking opportunities. You understand why I'm getting a bit fucking confused, you know? Fucking same shit every day. Alright, so this was the one that I took, and this one went for 3.05. Okay, cool. So this one went for 3.05. Being conservative, I believe I was targeting a 15-minute supply over to the left, somewhere along the lines over here. So I was just being conservative, right? Nothing too crazy. Same sitch, right? Internal break structure, protected low, 1 minute demand. It's a minor inducement over here. Same with this one, some minor inducement. And the reason why this one is valid for us is because I consider this all one part of the leg. The last bullish structure break was over here, and our protected low was over here, right? So basically, the way I'm viewing it, so you guys can understand it, is obviously like a continuation, like a pretty standard one looks like this. Internal breaking structure, price pushes up, returns back into the demand over here. But this one, internal breaking structure, price continues up, still one leg, and then we have a pullback. The demand is just a little bit higher, that's all, but it still meets our criteria. We end up taking that 1 minute demand over here, and now we're looking another structure break over here, and another protected low over here. No valid demands over here. There is a valid demand, but it doesn't end up getting touched, and price creates new structure. So, you know, for those people that like, even though it has nice inducement, price doesn't come back to it. And, you know, price will put a new structure, right? And then motherfuckers will still have you know, this marked out, but then realistically there's still the protected low here. So this zone is lower probability. So now we're still continuing our protected low, and then price pretty much goes flat for the rest of the night. There's not really any valid entry models here. Realistically, it looks horrible, and it just goes maybe on the 15 minute if we're still biased for longs. Anything over here? Not really. I mean, it comes off the imbalance, but that imbalance is pretty big, so nothing that really suits our plan over there. So that would evidently be our last setup on Thursday, and now we head into Friday. We come into spread hour, which is over here. 1 hour before, 1 hour after, we usually leave it. So we move on. Again, wake up around 9:30, 10, and here we are. And now this one was a sexy one, right? This is the one that got my tourniquet done. And you know what? I broke my rules here a little bit, and I'll be honest with you guys. I told my boy this last night. So, and I think I had this, right? So this one was this over here. Now, pay attention to what I said here, because I was at this point I was on a six winning streak, right? On my 4 tests and my 2 lives or whatever. And look what I said. I said I got one more 4 test going. I genuinely hope it takes me up at this point. I said that because I'm like, fuck, I had six in a row. Like, I genuinely did not give a fuck if it took me out. Like, genuinely. That's why I said that. And I did not move to break even on that either. That's the funny thing. So I'm like, because I wanted the loss. I'm like, fuck it. Just let it happen, you know. So this one ended up going for 5. I was targeting 15-minute supply over here to the left. Being a little bit conservative. So all this was a failed breaker structure. Turn breaker structure, failed breaker structure. We respect the protected low. We don't close below it. And when we don't close below it, that means there's a weak high. So we ended up targeting that. That ends up getting hit, but didn't move to break even on this one. Ideally, you would move to break even, right? But I didn't. But let's say we did get break even on this. Actually, no, I don't think we fucking did. What the fuck? Oh, it's close. My bad, chat. Or am I tripping? No. What does it look like over here? Hang on, chat. 7 win. That's right. My entry was a tad bit high, I believe. So it would have been like this. Okay, cool. So let's say we get break even, right? Cool. Let's just say that. Following our plan, because that's what this is about. We're following our plan. This isn't about what I'm doing, my decisions. This is just following the plan that I teach. So let's just do it. It's a break even. Cool. It's a fat 1 minute breaker structure over here. This is one big range, by the way, but it's bullish range, right? Bullish range. Because we've got a big breaker structure over here. And now, this is where the fun begins. This is where the fun begins. So, there's a structure break over here, right? On the 1 minute as well. And there's a protected low over here. So, had I followed my plan, I still would have won. Because protected low setup once again on the same level I got break even. We come here, 4 pip stop loss, pretty much the identical entry over here, right? Target the same spot, ends up hitting. And probably one more setup over here as well to cap it off. Turn break structure, targeting the same 15-minute supply if you like, if you fancy it. And let's say that price confirms over here. 4 pip stop loss. I don't know if that's going to cover the whole thing. It does. 4 pip stop loss goaded. And we end up over here for 3. And a little bit of shitty inducement here. This one's probably the shittest setup I've seen. I did not forward test this, but still meets our criteria, right? And then use hits, and obviously we don't really trade into Saturday, so we just leave that. And then obviously we sell off. I mean, like, what do you expect, right? Fucking price reacts something on the 4 hour or the 15 minute, then it pulls back and fucking has a correction. And news occurred here, so anything 1 hour before news you probably wouldn't touch realistically if you're following your plan. So now the grand total for this monstrosity of following our plan. So this one was a break even. So 3.15 plus 5.5, that's a break even, plus 3, plus 3.1, plus 3.4, minus 1 on this loss, plus 7.1 plus 7.65 plus 7 plus 8.33 plus 9.53 plus 11.18 plus 11.65 gives us a grand total of 79.59 risk to reward and about 48 plus and about 52 hours of price action. 80 risk to reward including losses, following the plan. Having a look at your 1 minute and your 3 minute, your 15 minute, your 30 minute, even though there was no setups on there. And just following the plan, looking at your external factors, finding your bias, knowing where price is heading and taking advantage of it. So that comes out at 80 risk to reward in 52 hours of price action. And for some reason, both Samuel and MX have done more than that. So pretty surprising. I mean, they probably would have been a little bit more aggressive on this leg up here. I'm pretty sure they were. And targeting all the way up here and holding these ones. I think that was the difference. Because there's still some on the table and they held through news. So, or maybe I think Samuel did, but yeah, so they would have been a lot more aggressive on this leg, but this one probably would have been the exact same as what they caught. So, how's that, chat? Have I blown your mind? I mean, there's no reason why you can't do this. Clearly, if you understand everything, there's no reason. It's just following your plan. Would you prioritize the low time? I know already answered that. I realize my whole trades are placed on the 15 minute. They are lower probability if I trade externals with a lot. Like I said, bro, if price is dropping like a motherfucker, there's not going to be any opportunities on the 15 minute. Straight up, unless price is fucking around for a little bit, and you know we come back after the low time frame order flow shift, then that's when there's going to be opportunities. Louisana, how's it going? That's alright. I went through some, I would highly recommend you go through the start of this masterclass and watch the whole thing. Would highly recommend that. 4 pip stop loss go. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. Gets the job done. What would cause a strong high and a strong low? Strong high would create a new low in structure, just like a breaker structure, for example. Like this 3 minute breaker structure over here, and it had an internal protected high. That's strong. And something that's weak is, for example, this one over here. Right? This high didn't cause a new low and wicked below. And there's I already explained it as well with the 4 hour examples, and there's a weak high over here. All good, Maxim. Okay, so that's probably why. Okay, yeah. So, reason why MX and Samuel probably got a little bit higher risk to reward is because they probably ran that 3 pip stop loss, and they're probably much more aggressive on this move up. I personally probably wouldn't have been as aggressive because fuck, having catching all this bullshit, bro, I would have been fucking happy. I would have been happy for the next 2 weeks, bro. So yeah. Get you on the bags tonight? Tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow, you know, gotta celebrate. Got to celebrate tomorrow. With DXY, do you think we broke the 4 hour range high at week close? Alright, so chat, 79.59 risk to reward in 52 hours price action. That's all explained for you guys. Following the plan, and even what I did over here, which was not move to break even because I was pretty much egging on a loss. I'm like, fuck, just fucking 6 in a row, just fucking, you know, do it, whatever. But realistically, there's still another setup that came on the exact same level. So even if, regardless of my personal decision making over here, following the overall plan that I teach to you guys, there's still another opportunity over here. So, you know, that's not an issue. Thank you, Luis, and I appreciate it. It's good to see that you're learning. And look, same with DXY. Came off the daily, swept the lows. And then obviously we had a big push up. Back up over here. No full body close above, weak low, come back down, fail to take the low. So it looks like a bit of a range. At the moment, it still looks like a range for me. So in terms of my alerts, I'm going to have one set over here at just below, and then 15 minute is probably just going to be above here, structure break. Because the price pushes up, because we've had this internal protected high and we had this structure break over here. So we got, technically there's an order flow shift on DXY. Given that, there's technically a weak high to potentially work with. So we'll keep that in mind, alright? Keep this weak high in mind. That's what we got. And where we at? Here we are. And 15 minute is looking bullish still to me. So it looks like we came off. Oh, look at that! Fuck, no way! It was actually another setup on the Saturday. Well, there you go. I mean, the concepts are still fucking working on the Saturday. There you go. And then we come off that. And for those that can't see it, 15-minute breaker structure over here. If you want to consider that, you can. But I'm sure if you have a look on the 30-minute, it would just look like one leg, and it does. So 30-minute breaker structure, you just consider that one leg. And even if you did put a structure break here, it would be a fail breaker structure. Bottom line is, this is still fucking bullish. So one alert over here. And we'll have an alert over here. But realistically, new month, it's June. I'm not expecting too much at the start of the month. And I am going to save my my live trading for towards the back end of the week. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So yeah, I think this weekend we celebrate and we marvel at the accomplishments that we had this week. So I think we will we'll wrap it up. 79.59 in 3 days with a aggressive and moderate approach. So the reason why I say aggressive and moderate is because this was pretty aggressive and this was fairly moderate, so that's the reasoning. But I mean, if your bias is fucking strong and you know your external factors, you know where price is heading on the 4 hour, there's no reason why, you know, like this shit was actually the most beautiful shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like straight up, like just after protected high, then a weak low, and we just sink like a fucking rock into it. And then we have two options of either breaking the low or wicking the low and failing to break below. And we fail to break below, and then there's a weak high, and then we move up and we take advantage of that and take longs. Oh, fuck. Oh, this shit's just fucking beautiful, bro. When the 4 hours moving like this, fuck me, it just makes it easy. So yeah. Bags and Scarlet for you tomorrow. Gonna be, yeah, it's gonna enjoy, you know. Gonna play that Franklin Saint music and just enjoy. So I'll leave you boys to it and girls. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully for the people that didn't do well this week, because there was obviously a fuck ton of people that did fucking amazing. I have to keep bringing it up, but like, you know, people did do fucking amazing. You know, you have to give credit where it's due. If you didn't do well, hopefully this does help you guys, give you some insight on how to look at the high time frame into the low time frame, and take advantage of it with the continuations and utilizing your 1 minute and your 3 minute, your neighboring time frames. And I'm just following the plan, right? Most of this is all risk free, right? All of it is risk free. Also, one more thing, expectations for next week. Usually when we have a big week like this, usually the week that comes after it is usually a slower week. So I would adjust your expectations going into next week and don't expect to do 100R next week. If someone does 100R next week, I'll personally fucking shake your hand. But We'll wrap it up, alright, chat? So, fucking amazing week. Best week I've seen performance-wise out of as a community, as a group, as a unit. Best week I've seen. So, it looks like multiple people are close to finishing funders next week too. So, we'll wrap it up. So, thank you for tuning in. And, MX, Chris, you gotta fucking celebrate with a steak. So, make sure you fucking do that. Is that where the sniffling comes from? Maybe, Ash, maybe. Thank you, Kobe. Outlook. We just went through it, bro. You fell asleep, Brad? You on the beers already? Thank you, Andre. Enjoy your weekend, bro. Thank you, Jims. How do you identify internal break structure? What's your thought process and criteria? For that, have a look at end of day breakdowns. That'll give you a good understanding because I go through the criteria. It's just have a look through enough of these and you'll understand it. Trust. Only a handshake? Yeah, only a handshake. Chris, calm down, bro. Just fucking, you did 100R. Relax, brother. I legit a sneak mid masterclass steak. Ah, you mean steak? That's perfect, bro. Thank you, Luisana. You too. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Stock Reps, Mr. Stock Reps. Appreciate you. Oh, this is just a tax write-off, bro. This is just me burning some cash for the fucking... So I don't give it to the government, bro. Don't worry about that, you know. Alright, boys. Fucking... if you did well this week, take a bow, pat yourself on the back, and treat yourself, right? So I'll catch you boys on Monday. Enjoy your Sunday, and see you on the next live on the Wednesday as well. Thank you, AJ. Alright, boys. Enjoy the rest of your day and night, depending on where you are. Welcome, Angelo. Appreciate you. Islam ain't winning, my boy. Dustin Poirier is winning. I'm sick of Islam, bro. This guy keeps fucking dominating everyone. Can't be having that shit. I'm just a hater. I'm a hater. Alright, boys. Enjoy the rest of your